Hello out there.
Hey guys.
And welcome to another episode of Masse Art Studios. I'm Lee.
I'm Jeremy.
Yes, you are. Looking particularly swole there after just getting back from the gym. Well done. You love it. Thank you for joining us here on another episode.
Yes.
This is going to be a really interesting one. So, every now and again we get a little stuck when it comes to thinking about colour palettes.
Yes.
We're a little overwhelmed by the amount of colours that we've got in the studio, and sometimes you just kind of look at them and think, what am I going to do? And one of the best ways to get inspiration for a pour is clearly to check out the gazillions of hours of content that are out there and go and check out other people's work.
Yeah, get inspiration.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we've done today. I wanted to do a straight pour.
Yes.
So I've turned to one of the two people I could have done for inspiration on straight pours. One of them would have been Gina DeLuca, if I was going to use metallics. But this time, I didn't want to use metallics. I wanted to just use normal colours. So I went to Sarah Mack's channel.
Who we just absolutely adore and
Absolutely.
love.
She's a wondrous person and has magic fingers when it comes to straight pours. Now, I reached out to Sarah because we talk, and I said, give me a colour palette. And I actually settled on one which I really loved. It was one of the straight pours that she did a few months ago, and there was something about the colour palette that really spoke to me. Now, we've made some of our own colours.
Yes.
Because we don't have exactly the same colours that she had. So it's slightly different, but this pour is very much based upon that pour, which I will link in the description box, and hopefully you guys will go and check that one out too.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing a straight pour, what does that mean for you, big boy?
Well, of course, if you're doing a straight pour, then I have to do a ring pour.
And?
Wreck it.
Exactly. When you did your ring pour on the last episode, everyone's like, what, you're not wrecking it?
You're not wrecking it? So, yes, I'm doing a wrecked ring pour today.
I am so excited to see that in these colours.
Oh, I know, me too, actually.
And as you do it, I'm going to be shouting out Mina's words in your ears.
What's that?
It's, make it curvy, wreck it curvy, don't do straight lines. So, Mina?
I don't understand what wreck it curvy is, because I do like this, then that's not curvy. I've done it like this, like an S.
That's curvy.
That's curvy.
Yeah.
So just go like this.
Well, no, you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay, good.
I was only joking. Well, Mina wasn't joking, but so let's see what he gets up to today. We've got some wondrous colours. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and subscribing and being here if you're new.
Yes.
And let's do this.
All right, let's get this done.
Let's get to the table. All right, wonderful people out there in YouTube land. Okay, it's Lee, and I'm going to go first today. So a couple of things first. This is a 16 by 20 inch gallery wrapped canvas. It's been taped on the back, and then we've got our push pins in here to keep this one off the table. That way the composition on the sides of the canvases doesn't get wrecked and stuck to the table as it dries, which wouldn't be very much fun. I've got some colours which I will talk you through here. And again, the inspiration for this pour was actually an episode that Sarah Mack put up in November 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like I'm going back in the archives. And it was called Atoll, or Underwater Volcano. I am not for 1 minute suggesting I'm going to get anything that was half as brilliant as her pour. And I don't have satin enamels, which is one of the wondrous ingredients that gives you cloudy, wonderful cell-like structures. But I still love the palette nonetheless, so I'm still going to give this one a go. So what do I have? Well, here I have Prussian Blue Hue by Liquitex Basics, which is pretty much a staple in everyone's studio. Right. And then one of Sarah's favourite colours is the Arteza Bordeaux Red. In a challenge that we did, a collaboration with her, it was one of the colours that she gave me, actually, which was really fun. This is a colour we've not used before. This is the Thick Body Acrylics Cobalt Turquoise by Master's Touch. Now to this, I added a little bit of Phthalo Turquoise by Goldens. So I mixed these two colours together, just because the Cobalt Turquoise was a little light, and it gave me this wonderful colour here.
So pretty. Really pretty.
I've got DecoArt Metallics 24 karat gold, which is a really wonderful colour, which you all know. In this pot right here, I got a little mixture of my own again. Now this looks like Fire Opal and it's Fire Opal based. Sarah used Fire Opal in Atoll, but to it I actually mixed a little bit of the Pearl Marmalade.
By Arteza.
Yeah, and it kind of, for me, it just took it a little bit out of orange and made it a little bit more copper. So that's my concoction right there. And then this is another concoction of my own making. So this is a graphite inspired color choice. It's a very dark, almost like the pewter of the DecoArt kind of metallics. But I took silver DecoArt and I mixed to it some black, and it was Mars black. And then I also mixed in a little bit of this, which is the Color Shift Black Flash. So it gave me that really fun kind of graphite-y kind of color. So that was my inspiration for that. And then I also have some of our Artist Loft white, and this is the Flow Acrylic white. Now I wanted to show you something. See how that stick stands up right in the middle of the pour? That gives you an idea just how thick these paints are. This is our everything else pouring recipe, which you'll find in episode 54. And that is 50% FLOETROL, 25% gloss medium, 25% paint. There is no water in any of these mixes. And actually to a couple of them, I added a little bit more gloss medium to make it a little thicker. For example, the Fire Opal mix, the DecoArt mix can be a little thinner than some of the other paints. So this is my white concoction too. For all of these paints that you want to get your hands on, we are Blick affiliates and the paints are always linked in our description box alongside our affiliate code. And I think right now they're doing free shipping on anything over $45.
Nice.
So go get yourself your hands on some of the wonderful colours. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to do a straight pour. So I'm going to layer this cup. Now, one of the things that I do notice when Sarah Mack always does her straight pours, she does a lot of thinner layers. It's not big, thick layers, it's thin layers. And that's what I'm going to try and do here. Okay. So I'm going to really try and emulate as much as I can what Sarah does in her straight pours because they're wondrous things. So why would I not? So starting with a little bit of white in the bottom of this cup. Look how thick and creamy that is. We're going to do the next layer of Prussian blue. Then I'm going to go in with some of the wonderful turquoise mix of our own. And then I'm going to go in with some of this graphite. Such a wonderful colour. Love that. Okay, a little bit of the gold. Just a little bit.
That's daring.
I know. Then I'm going to go in with some of the Bordeaux. Next to this Fire Opal mix. Okay, just a touch of white. Just a touch. Then let's go in with the blue. I'm going to do a separation of gold. Oh, I'm going to go in with the turquoise this time. Before I do the graphite, just a little bit. Some more Fire Opal. Some more Prussian. Touch more white. Touch more gold. Next to the turquoise. I'm going to put that next to the red and see what happens.
Scandalous.
Ooh. Oh, a bit too much. I wasn't necessarily going for quite so much of that blue there, but it's okay. I'll take it. I'm going to fill most of this cup up, by the way, if that wasn't apparent before I started pouring.
And why is that?
Well, it's a 16 by 20 inch canvas. It only would need, I think, something around 11 or 12 ounces of paint. But I want to pour a little bit more paint onto this canvas than I really do need. because I want to be able to have the option to stretch it off.
Well, you got a full cup there.
It's not quite overflowing just yet. Almost. I'm going to end with a little bit of the Bordeaux red, which is just there. Okay.
That is one beautiful cup, sir.
Thank you. I really enjoyed filling that one up. Okay, I am going to pour into a puddle of white. Now, why do we do this? You know, you can pour into puddles for multiple reasons. If you pour into a puddle of metallic, what will happen is, as the paints disperse, the metallic stays underneath the colours, and then you can get some kind of gold cells coming up. But for me, right now, with the white, it really is just to have something to pour these paints into, and that is my only reason for it. So I'm going to straight pour this one fairly slowly onto the canvas. I am not going to move my hand. I'm just literally going to pour this one straight from the cup, straight into this puddle. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Now that looks very, very dark on camera, but I can assure you there's a heck of a ton of like layers and stuff in this one. So I'm going to just shift the weight of this paint ever so slightly, because as I was pouring it, I noticed I was getting everything a little bit top heavy, because I am going to put a flow extender around this pour before I start to tilt this one out. So let me get to pouring my flow extender. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I've let this sit for just a few minutes, and I torched it to torch all the bubbles out of my paint. But as it's been sitting, it's allowing all of the bubbles to come up to the top and hopefully to create some cells, which I can already see starting to happen here in the Prussian blue. I've put my flow extender all around it, which was just my white that I was putting into the cup that I added some water to, just to allow that paint to be a little looser, and that's then going to allow this paint to roll. And because this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, what I'm going to try and do is get the weight of the paint over into the edges, and that's how I'm going to stretch this one out. So, as you all know, here on this channel at this time, it is in fact
tilting time.
It is indeed Studio Hubby tilting time. Let's get to this.
I never thought breakups were pretty. You told a lie, I let you go. You started the words that I completed, but that was then, so long ago. I told you then, like I say now, that we were golden. Now you're not here, you brought us down, I told you so. Oh, how I wish I didn't care, that we were okay, that I could just erase, rewind, let it roll. Meet me back here next year, and I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. I go to bed to get up early. I go to work and not much change. I met a girl and she's quite funny, but I'm not quite there, ready for love. It's been alright without you here, though it was better when you were there right by my side that long ago. Oh, how I wish I didn't care if I was okay, that I could just erase, rewind, let it roll. But now I've been there and done that, and now I'm fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. Now winter's here in our old city, and I breathe the fresh air and feel good. Back at the spot where you first kissed me, I don't feel a thing, although I should. I learned my lesson last year, and now I'm fine again. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then.
That's me done, folks. So I don't know if you could see at the very end, what I was doing was just tilting backwards and forwards without tilting any of the composition off. That's a trick that I've learned from Mina Villegas to actually help open up the cells that you get appearing under kind of darker parts of the canvas. So for me, I had all this Prussian blue here, and I knew that there was other paints underneath it, but by going backwards and forwards and tilting underneath, I managed to kind of open up all these little cells that you'll be able to see shortly. And it also helped me get kind of more of this ombre coloured effect in all of these rings over here. There's a lot of the gold and Prussian blue cells here. I've got a lot of the turquoise and pearl fire opal cells right here. I do really enjoy this one. It's a composition that I love. So without further ado, I'm going to get my edges real quick, and then I'm going to take you in for a close-up so you can see this too. Thank you guys.
All right, guys, so it is Jeremy here. I'm really excited. I got my canvas all backed and taped and pinned, just like Lee showed you. We got the colors, he introduced those to you. So I'm just gonna jump right in, and I'm going to layer my cup. I am doing a wrecked ring today, which is awesome. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about these colors, so let's get to it. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to figure out what color I want to do first.
And remember, the colour that you put in first will be the colour that will come out last. So it's going to form like the focal eye point.
Yes. So I'm going to go with
Prussian blue.
yes.
That was the fire opal.
Yes.
That's the cobalt turquoise, which is that Master's Touch colour, and then we mixed that phthalo turquoise in with it, which was lovely. So one of Sarah Mack's favourites there, that's the Bordeaux red.
Yes, and then we have the 24 karat here.
You do. And then my concoction, it's that graphite, which I think I did pretty well with.
I think you did a really good job mixing that up.
Thank
It's
you.
very graphite.
It is very graphite.
Yes. Very graphite.
Some more Prussian blue. I know you do love that fire opal.
I do.
Do you like it with that marmalade mixed in there too?
I do. I think it's so.
It just,
I honestly think it's beautiful.
It for me just takes it a little bit out of orange and then makes it a little more copper,
yeah.
which I really liked. And you picked up that cobalt turquoise from the store, which is a great colour too.
Graphite. I think I did. Yeah, and then I went back to the.
You're always very regimented with your colours, considering you like chaos so much. You don't free ball your colours. You do them in a specific way, and then you just repeat it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I like. It's very interesting to me.
Last little bit of color here. All right. And that is my cup layered.
It is.
Yes.
All right, sir. Lovely layering.
Thank you. Okay. Now, I'm going to attempt this ring pour here. So.
Why are you attempting it? You know you can do these bad boy ring pours. Wonderful.
Thank you.
That was a fantastic dismount, 8 out of 10.
Thank you.
And the crowd goes wild.
All right. I'm very interested in seeing what's going to happen with this. I am going to use my torch.
The baby torch.
And I'm going to get my bubbles. Okay guys, so I have everything done. I got my flow extender around, I got my ring pour going on. A lot of gold in this, so it's going to be really interesting to see. I really wanted that fire opal to open up, so but we're going to see. I have my comb here that I use to wreck my rings with, and let's go ahead and start wrecking it. Let's see here. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It is tilting time. Okay guys, so I am done. I love this. I'm loving the lines that you got through here. I'm loving the pops of the fire opal, the pops of this like phthalo turquoise. What are we calling that?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's cobalt turquoise and phthalo turquoise mixed together.
Yeah, so cobalt phthalo turquoise. So, and then the red that we got going here is Bordeaux. I'm loving this. It's really different than the colors that I normally like to work with. It's darker.
I love the big bubbly cells that you got in this, even though you did the ring pour, because they came as you stretched it out.
Yeah.
And I know this part here.
I love that.
Is really pretty. I love that.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep it. I'm loving this corner too.
The dark Prussian blue.
The darker Prussian blue, yeah. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to get my edges, torch it one more time, and take you in for a close-up.
Let's do it.
All right.
So there you have it, though.
There you have it.
Another episode done.
Yes, absolutely.
I really enjoyed this one.
I did too.
I love that we were working with the nice gallery wrapped canvases again.
Yes.
I know we bought some paints especially for this episode.
We did.
And as you might remember, we took inspiration from ATOLL, which was Sarah Mack's episode.
Yes.
We've sent her a picture of these pieces and she gave us big thumbs up. So I know she likes them. I love looking at my piece again because there are definitely things that I would do differently and how I would layer my cup differently. But as I always say, that just means that it makes me want to come back and do this all over again.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of art, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, we had a lot of fun. What did you think about your ring?
I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I think I used too much gold.
Okay.
Which both of us are always very heavy-handed with the gold.
We like magpie.
We do. Yeah, we do love the gold. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that I would have held back on this piece.
Right.
But I do like the composition. I love the lines, all that stuff.
I definitely wouldn't have put quite so much white. I was a little heavy-handed with the white at the beginning of my pour.
Okay.
Or what I could have done was just stopped a little earlier with the paint coming out of the cup, because you don't have to use every single ounce of paint that's in the cup.
Exactly.
I could have just stopped a little. So why don't we show you the dried results?
The dried results.
So this is mine. So this was this kind of the big white moment that I kind of had, which was because of all that white that I put in my cup. I hope you can see the shine that's on this. It is still a little damp, however, because we put that Liquitex gloss medium in the actual pours, it always means that there's a really beautiful shine on here. But you know what? I do really love these kind of fingerlings that we get. It kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon a little bit, which I really love. But no, I really enjoy this piece. I think there's some really interesting moments in here for sure. I love this kind of ombre of the colours coming down, and then this like pushing blue at the back. Yeah, it was a really fun pour.
Yes.
What about yours, sir?
Mine.
This is so much brighter.
This is mine.
There you go.
Yes. And I really like this. I think that it came out really well. Like I said, you can really see the gold shimmer through there. But again, like, I love the lines. I love the composition of it. I would have just used a little bit less gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the fire opal in here, which you can see, which is really awesome. I love that you can see the turquoise, the Bordeaux red, and the fire opal in different places.
Exactly.
Which I think is really stunning.
Yeah, but the wreck was really good on
this
one.
I enjoyed that too. What did you think at home? Please let us know in the comments, because we really like to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much to everyone who sent the well wishes and the congratulations for my recent news of becoming an American citizen. So thank you so much for that. It really meant a lot to us both. We really enjoyed reading those comments. And if you haven't already, please do like
and subscribe.
We would really love to see you here on the channel. And we're super excited because we're inching closer to that 10,000 subscriber goal.
We are. We're getting really close.
That we set ourselves up. So thank you for that. And if you haven't seen the actual trailer at the beginning of this episode, you'll now know, or you will now know, that we have been asked to be part of Switcheroo Part 4.
Yes.
With the fantabulous Canella and Tammy and BR Turner Art. And if you know that name, it's because everyone's been trying his marble pours, which are super, super fun.
Yes.
So that's coming up in May, so we're super excited to be part of it.
Yes.
So everyone, go and have a great Friday evening. We've got a really fun commission pour, Who Did It Better for you on Sunday.
I know.
So please come and watch on the Sunday premieres.
Very exciting.
It is. I know that Mina is definitely premiering on Sunday and probably some more of our chums there too. So go and enjoy your evening. Have a fantastic start to your weekend and we'll see you all on Sunday.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Bye, guys.
So there are some extra special people that we want to say thank you to, and that's to our Patreons. Or, as we like to call them, the Masse Posse. Now, the Patreon account is something completely separate to the YouTube channel, but it allows a certain few of you the opportunity to have a little bit of a closer look at the studio.
Yes.
And there are various levels. So at one level, you might get to see sneak peeks and behind-the-scenes videos. What? You might get the opportunity to join us on our live WhatsApp chat group where we swap pictures and talk about techniques.
Yes.
At a certain level, you get invited to once-a-month tutorials where we focus on a specific technique and we do it on a live stream, as well as separate live streams as well.
Yeah.
And for our diamond pourers, which is our highest tier, those guys get to pick the colours for one episode that we shoot on the YouTube channel, and then they get to pick one of the 11x14 canvases to keep every single month. So we do have some people to thank, and that's at the gold level. We have Nate Bright, we have Gloria Solonki, aka Glitzy, we have Jane Klein, Trisha West, we have Janice Pittman, and we have Janice Swansea.
Nice. On the platinum level, we have Leslie Beaver.
Thank you, Leslie. And then at the diamond level, Laurie Finzer, aka Sparkles, who you all know and love. So thank you very much to all you guys. And then also thank you to everyone else down here below at the other levels.
Yes.
We absolutely appreciate you and thank you for being with us here on this journey.